I just wanted to play Battlefield 6 on my lunch break, and now my gaming PC that I use in my classroom on my lunch break is just dead. I can't even get it to get past the BIOS because of this secure boot violation nonsense. Now, it seems like I should just be able to turn back off the secure boot and then at least be able to boot into Windows, but it doesn't seem like this is even possible. And now I'm just going to rant not only about this, but just in general, I really wish PC gaming could just work. Like, I do prefer PC gaming to console gaming, but there's a nice thing about you just turn on the system and it works. Anyway, that's just not the experience that I've had with PC gaming today, and maybe we can rant about some other annoying things that I run into constantly, which some of them are just Windows issues, but okay, so Battlefield 6, along with a lot of other multiplayer games right now, require secure boot in order to run their anti-cheat program, which is obnoxious, but I want to play Battlefield 6. I'm pretty addicted to it right now. I wanted it on my lunch break, had my PC in there. I've got a little mini PC that I got sent as a review sample a long time ago, along with like a eGPU dock that it sits in. So I've got like a 5070 in the dock. So it seemed like it'd be a pretty good setup for that. And I've played some other games on it. But anyway, we had to get secure boot enabled. Now, here's the thing. In the BIOS, there is a bunch of, annoying crap you have to do to turn on secure boot, depending on your PC. Now, in this one, I couldn't just go into secure boot and enable it. So enabling this was really annoying because when I went in here to try to enable it initially, it was telling me, oh no, you've got to turn on this other setting. You got to make sure you're in like the UEFI mode on your other settings here, a whole bunch of other stuff. So like we had to disable and enable all sorts of things, which I did all of those things. And finally, it allows me to go into the secure boot and enable it, which I did. Now, I've enabled it, and then you try to start up the PC, and then that's where we're running into this problem. So if we actually exit and then try to just boot the PC, I get this. So an invalid signature detected, check secure boot policy and setup. So then I have to go in here, and I'm like, okay, I can't figure out what's going wrong. So I will just turn off secure boot so I can at least just get back into Windows and use my PC. So if I go to the secure boot here though, now is where we're really running into the issues. I should be able to navigate this menu using my arrow keys here. I can navigate all the other menus using my arrow keys. Like when I'm in, I can navigate all these other menus using my arrow keys. When I get into the secure boot menu, it literally is no longer letting me navigate this menu at all. So to get down and turn off secure boot. So I'm like, oh no, what do I do? Now, hidden behind my fat head here, I did notice that it says that I could use the optimized default settings, and this PC was defaulting to not having this on. So I'm like, F3, load optimized defaults. So secure boot disabled. We've saved the day, and now I should be able to save and exit. And it should be able to boot because we're not trying to secure boot anymore, right? Right? No. Unfortunately, it's still just not going to work. So it eventually boots back up and still says this. And when I get back in to my thing here, I check the secure boot stuff and it is still enabled. So I'm trying to figure out what I could possibly do now to get back to my default settings. Like I've tried just going into the BIOS settings here and just restoring all default stuff. But unfortunately, that didn't do it. Like I've already done that. Now I've been Googling, like trying to see what can I do about this. It won't let me enable secure boot or disable secure boot. And they're saying that maybe you need like an administrator password. So I set up the stupid administrator password, but that's still not allowing me to do this. So in general, I'm at a situation right now where I tried to enable Secure Boot to just play the game that I wanted to play. And not only was changing all those BIOS settings obnoxious to get it to enable it, but now that I've enabled it, it won't boot the PC, and I can't restore everything back to settings where it works, and I can't even navigate the Secure Boot menu to turn it off. Now, it's possible that I'm just missing something, but this is kind of my point, which is that sometimes it's just really frustrating when you just want to play a game and you go through processes like this. Now, this one's particularly annoying because this is actually kind of an expensive little mini PC, and I can't make it work at all now until I find some sort of solution to this. So part of this video is a cry for help. Like, am I missing something here? Because I'm gonna be honest, like, I know a lot about PCs. Like, I've built a lot of PCs, I've installed Windows on a lot of PCs, I know a lot about choosing parts for a gaming PC, but I'm not necessarily an expert on a bunch of BIOS settings that I just normally don't use or care about. Like, I'm not an expert on Secure Boot settings or any of the settings you have to do to enable that or anything. So if any of you have some sort of an idea of what the heck is going on here and how I fix it, I'd be happy to hear your thoughts. But just to be clear, like, I've Googled this problem, I've tried all the various things, and it just, most of them are saying, like, try disabling Secure Boot. But like I said, I literally cannot operate this menu. And when I try to find a workaround to get that to disable, it just doesn't seem to save that setting. I've signed in with the administrator password. It just seems like there's no way to undo the things that I have done that have caused this PC to just be effectively bricked, which is really, really obnoxious. Now, while I'm at it, I'm just going to go ahead and rant about other stuff that has been annoying me with PC gaming that just needs to get better. Like, there needs to be a way to just make PCs work essentially like a gaming console. Like, it just works. Like, so there's the shader compilation stutter. Now, on that one, on consoles, they don't have to deal with shader compilation stutter because they're shipping to like a single platform where they can just have optimized shaders for that console. Whereas on PC, we have all these different graphics cards and different driver versions and all of that. So that means that you have to compile the shaders on your system, but it might have missed some, and now we still get shader compilation stutter. And even if you don't, it's kind of annoying to sit through the shader compilation. Now, at least for that PC issue, there does appear to be a solution in the works. So for that one, there's the idea of those shaders being compiled in the cloud, and then you can download the ones for your game, for your particular system, through the cloud. This is something that's in the works, but doesn't seem to actually be out in the wild yet. So that's something that I'm at least hopeful has a solution to it. But then I have some questions, like, is every game's shaders just going to exist in the cloud? Is that going to happen forever? What happens if I want to game, offline, or in the future if that's no longer hosted? Will the game still allow me to compile the shaders, locally in the future? Or does that mean that like games in the future are just, once that's no longer hosted, are just going to be a stuttery mess because you can no longer get that compiled shaders from the cloud? So like, is that going to introduce its own problems? Other problems I have on PC gaming, like with consoles, it's really nice that I can just like rest the console, and then like I can come back 2 days later, wake it back up, and I'm in the middle of my game. I didn't even have to close out of the game or anything. I would really like it if on like Windows, there was a way to basically just like pause a game, just basically like save it into memory. Like, I don't care if it eats up some resources in the background, but basically, what if I'm in a game that like I'm a dad, okay? So sometimes my kids just need me, and I'm playing a game that doesn't have like, you can't just save wherever you're at and instantly close the game, right? So it's really nice when I'm on like my Steam Deck or a Switch or a PS5, I can just hibernate the thing, right? And just come back whenever I come back and it's there. I would really like there to be some way on a Windows PC to just like basically hibernate the game to where it just saves the state that it's in, and then I can just wake that game back up whenever I'm ready to play it again, and it just froze it wherever it was at, wakes back up without issues. I would love to have that ability on PC, the way I do on consoles. Other issues I run into, like the surround sound stuff. So like on my console, I'm hooked up to my surround sound in my living room. Now, sometimes Windows will just forget that I'm in surround sound. And in older versions of Windows, it was really easy to find the menu where I could tell it to use 5.1 audio. In the latest versions of Windows, they've like buried that menu to where the only way I can find to get to it is literally running like a command prompt to like open up the old menu that they seem to have hidden. I can't find it anywhere in the normal user interface. Another issue that I've been having lately. So I have two monitors set up, and they're both OLED monitors. Now, that means that I tend to like the taskbar to hide itself. I actually like to do that even on non-OLED monitors, just because I don't like the taskbar taking up space unless I actually just mouse over it and then it pops up, but I can get the options. But for whatever reason, I don't know if this is due to maybe like which monitor like wakes up from sleep first or something like that. But whenever I turn on my PC, it pops up a warning that you already had a taskbar hidden, so you can't hide this one. Every single time I turn on the PC. So if I want to hide the taskbar, I have to go through that menu again just to hide the taskbar. Now, this is just a Windows issue. It's obnoxious, but it seems like that just shouldn't happen. It should just work. If I've set the taskbar to hide, it should just hide. And I don't know, like I said, I'm curious if it's just like the order the monitors wake up in and now it's like freaking out again or something. It gets confused. I don't know, but it seems like that should just work. And honestly, just in general, Windows just has so many headaches. How about you go off in the comment section on whatever thing is currently annoying you about Windows? So this video, I don't know exactly what the point is other than me ranting. And like I said, maybe I'm fishing for answers for what to do with this stupid secure boot situation that I'm in. Because even if I can't play Battlefield 6 on this thing, I would like to at least get it up and running again, because I do use this PC in my classroom at my desk, like even when it's not for gaming on my lunch break. So like, I'm just stuck. This is obnoxious. So this is just a rant about how obnoxious sometimes PC gaming can be. Maybe fishing for some answers on this particular issue. But then also, like, I do still really like the fact that PC is what it is, like, because all of these, obnoxious issues really stem from the fact that PCs can be so many different things. And I think that that's great, because with console gaming, you're kind of locked into what they give you. Whereas with PC gaming, you have all of these options. It's so open. And I do think that that is fantastic. You can build the PC that fits your budget, that fits your needs, that fits your use case. And you can do so many things with a PC that consoles just can't do. I just wish sometimes that PC could just be as smooth as the console situation, where I'm somewhat hoping that if the whole like Xbox situation turns into Xboxes are just a version of PC running a version of Windows that is super optimized for console gaming, I'm hopeful that could maybe get us like a version of Windows that just works, at least on a particular hardware set. That just works as a gaming thing, where I could have that as a gaming PC in my living room. I just turn it on, it works, it could sleep a game, it could wake it back up, it just connects to all of my stuff, no problems. Maybe I don't get locked out of my BIOS, for stupid reasons. Anyway, like I said, this is just a rant. I'm really frustrated, so I thought I'd turn on the video, vent the frustrations, and maybe get some suggestions for how to fix this stupid situation that I seem to be in. Because like I said, even just trying to just restore all the defaults does not fix this problem. So even if I restore those defaults, save and exit, it's just gonna lock me out again, guys. And I really don't know what to do. I think I might just be out of mini PC. if I can't find some sort of solution to this. Again, boom, we are locked out. Anyway, I hope you guys have an excellent day, even if I am not, at least in regards to this. Honestly, I'm still having a good day, guys. Don't let annoying stuff ruin your day. You still have a good day.